Hello.
Hey,
We're live. Here we are again. Third show.
awesome sauce. How's it?
How
Ah,
you doing?
damn it. It did it again. Why is this? There we go. Shitty show. Shitty show. I forgot to turn. I thought I had
Yep.
my YouTube volume off, but it wasn't.
Hey everybody, look who's here. We got Angel Gamer. She's first. We got Linda. Hey Linda.
Linda, Kathy, G2K. What up? What up? Awesome sauce. Nice to see everyone again. Hope your new year was lovely and productive and nothing dangerous happened.
So what's on the schedule today? What's going on?
my talking about my fat ass.
Talking
Uh,
about your fat ass.
as I've mentioned a few times before, I've had a wealth of health problems I'm dealing with. Um, came close to not being here a couple of times. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so I'm gonna talk about that, how I got here, and I'm gonna do a live weigh-in front of you guys.
Seriously.
Yep, I'm gonna show the receipts.
Okay, so why are you doing the live weigh-in? Is it sort of like an accountability thing for you or
Um, because I felt like it.
okay, well,
Well,
cool.
it's because it's on the internet. Everything is true, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. Think Ozzy Rabbit. Hey man.
hey, Rabbit. So, I thought, I am the same in real life as I am online.
Yeah.
Um, now online, I am protective of my identity just because for family and stuff like that. So I don't blatantly go. I have no intention of being a celebrity,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if what I do can inspire people, that's what I would like to do,
Mhm.
and
That's a
show people in real time. Because up until, well, for the last year, actually a little over a year, I've lost 60 pounds.
that's amazing.
And I thank you. And I've decided that, well, uh, maybe by showing people how I'm doing it in real time,
Mhm.
it would inspire others. Because to me, unlike what's currently, thanks, Woodrow. Unlike what's currently going on in our country, I think that our biggest national security risk is the health of our citizens.
Well, it's an important thing. Healthy
Uh,
citizens
if we're all
for the
fat and
economy.
sick, yeah, if we're all fat and sick and stuff, if warfare ever came to our soil, who's going to defend it?
Yeah, well, and I mean, just from a economic standpoint, right? It's really important to have like healthy workers, people who can work, and people who aren't struggling to, stay healthy.
Exactly. And also, too, if you're healthy, their chances are likely you're thinking a little bit clearer
For sure. For sure.
and you can see things going on around you a little bit clearer.
Mhm.
Um, you know, our corporate structure has turned things like healthcare and stuff like that into such a profit making venture that
Yeah.
they care about the profits, but they don't care about what's really happening to people.
Right. For sure.
And I swiftly learned this when I first started having to deal with arthritis pain.
Hmm.
And that's what ultimately started the huge weight gain that I had.
When
Um,
did that start? Like, when did the arthritis start for you?
I was actually diagnosed with it before I even knew I had it.
Wow, that's
And
usually
luckily,
okay.
yeah, luckily I was very diligent and wanted to see the x-rays and the scans and stuff. I said, "Show me," because I
Yeah,
didn't feel it. I mean, I
right.
had some pain in my knees, uh, and I thought it was just my shoes. Well, turns out my, cartilage in my knees was being destroyed.
Oh,
Um,
do you know what from or?
well, I was told this because of my job as a truck driver.
Yeah,
And at first I believed it. But over the years now, I highly seriously doubt. The worst I did is to my knees as far as being a truck driver was sitting a lot. But
yeah.
I worked locally, so I was really active. I was switching trailers in and out of the truck.
Mm.
Um, I wasn't doing a lot of like walking on pavement in warehouses, things like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
plus single mom, right? Chasing after a kid. So I don't see the correlation. If I was a long haul truck driver sitting on my ass 10 hours a day, that's one thing,
yeah, yeah.
but I wasn't.
But
So,
arthur arthritis is sometimes genetic too, right? Is it in your family at all? Was anybody?
well, uh, we're going to definitely do a show on that. Where genetics are. Because
Yeah,
if you think about it, uh, people, oh, this runs in this family, this runs in this family. What do families do? They usually eat the same food.
no, that's true. Yeah,
Um, you know, my dad, when I first saw how many prescriptions and uh supplements and all these things his doctor had him on, I was like, Dad, this is crap. How do you know? Some of it was just for side effects of
yeah, yeah. Oh,
medications
for
he was
sure,
taking, and I'm like, "Dad, how do you
for
know?"
sure, for
When,
sure.
33 different prescriptions and um, 7 supplements, I think it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly, Claire, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I told them, I said, because he was almost 80 at the time, and I said, "Dad, let me show you. Let me take care of your diet, and I will show you." And within 5 months of changing his diet, I had him. He now I said I'm gonna. I said all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do your diet. It's up to you whether you get off of medication or not.
Hmm.
And by the time that 5 months was done, he was virtually off almost everything.
Yeah. The overprescription of stuff is definitely a
Yeah.
problem, and that's like, in Canada, it's a little bit different. It, there's like there's a little bit of regulation on stuff like that, so that it still happens to a degree, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as bad as what I see happening in the U.S., where I'll see people will be on, like, just like a whole cupboard worth of pills all at the same time, and they have
Yeah.
all these problems, and then they wonder. It's like you're saying, like the side effects and everything that are a part that come along with taking drugs. It becomes hard to tell what's doing what after a while, right?
When I was a kid, a lot of my family members were on so many prescriptions. They just had them sitting on the dinner table because they had to take
Ah,
these ones in the morning, a couple of these in the middle of the day, and the rest of these
yeah,
at night. It was
yeah.
huge, and
Hmm.
I was able to show my dad as well as prove to myself that genetics plays so little of a role. Now I'm not completely ruling out genetics. I mean, there
No,
are
there's some
ways,
stuff for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but in general, it's estimated that 95% of the chronic illnesses and diseases we have are foodborne. And I
Hmm.
believe that now, because while I changed my dad's diet and he was getting healthier, he was on chemotherapy.
Oh wow, yeah.
And that was the big thing for me. My dad was on Taxotere and something else for
Hmm.
prostate cancer. And he still lost his hair. These are some serious chemicals they're ingesting into your bloodstream. So there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
avoiding that. But his the leaky heart valve healed to where it was pumping normally. His
Hmm.
kidney disease was at stage 4. They were about ready to throw him on dialysis. Gone, almost gone. Um,
Wow.
went to stage 1 within 5 months, and they told him, if you keep doing what you're doing, don't bother coming back. You don't
Hmm.
need to cut. We don't need to see you anymore. Um, and well, there was another big one too. He got to the point where he was breathing better. I mean, the biggest one, which was also hugely embarrassing for him. And I remember back in the 70s, my dad's constantly eating Tums. He's got heartburn, all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
His
Yeah.
his guts, he had been taking Mylanta and other things for years.
Hmm.
He used to call do a number 2 having a baby because he felt like he was in labor. He had to push so hard.
Huh.
Until I changed his diet, because one of the things he had not eaten ever was that high amount of fiber that I gave him.
Fiber. Yeah, yeah.
Now we're talking the 70s. This is 2012.
Wow. Yeah.
So 40, was that 40 years? I'm horrible at math. Um, hey Jeff. Um, so for 40 years, his guts did not work. He was constipated for 40 years, and suddenly that wasn't the problem anymore. The
Yeah.
opposite was.
Hmm.
And he was so embarrassed because he'd had an accident. And I'm like, and then the next day he had another one. Only this time he felt it coming, so he actually made it. And then the next day, so 3 days in a row, he's like, there's something wrong. And I'm like, no, Dad, I think there's something right.
Yeah, your body's starting to
His guts started to work again.
yeah, exactly, right? It takes time. I mean, when I I'm an alcoholic. I'm sober now. I've been sober for 3 years, but the first like 6 months
Woohoo!
yeah, thank you. Yeah, when I the first 6 months, pretty much the year after I got sober, it took a while for my whole guts, my whole system to just kind of, you know, get better, from not having the constant alcohol and stuff. And now
Yep.
I'm great. I'm regular. Too much information, but it took a while, and the body can come back and fix itself if you eat healthy and give it time and the whole thing. Thank you, Woodrow. Thank
Yeah,
you.
exactly. And
Hmm.
that is, uh, you know, a lot of it for me was I wasn't ready to make that change because I didn't know what it took to be ready. It was,
Yeah.
oh, I got to go on this diet, right? So I'd go
Hmm.
on this diet. I mean, Weight Watchers, Tops,
Yeah.
MetaFast, all this crazy stuff. And because I was always believing that somebody else knew better than I did.
Yeah.
That in part that was true because I was totally ignorant about nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Once
exactly, right.
once I started educating myself about nutrition and food additives and the poisons in our food,
Hmm. Well, and
things
that's the thing.
started
It's
clicking.
like the whole processed food and everything. It's pretty much brand new for our society in North America, in the Western world. Like since the Industrial Revolution, like after World War II, that's when processed foods really started to take off. So this is all
Convenience.
really, really new for our society. And I think we're starting to see now at this point what it's doing to us, right? Like just the
Well, yes and no. We see it, but you know, we in general society is so apathetic.
oh, for sure, there's still a lot of people that don't realize it, but I'm saying from a medical standpoint, like
There.
the data is showing us that there's an issue.
Yeah, we are the ones that don't care. Like, you know, I'm gonna eat what I want. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're free to decide to eat what you want, but you're gonna
For
pay the
sure.
piper.
Yeah.
And my dad was very much like that. He was, I want to die happy by eating what he wanted. And what he found out was he was dying miserable because not only did he feel like crap from what the food was doing to him, but then he also had basically an umbilical cord to some doctor's prescription pad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y-
Totally.
If that's your idea of, you know, dying happy and dying free, well, go for it. But
Yeah. Well, you know, when people are younger, you can kind of like eat whatever you want and you don't really feel it the same way. And I know, you know,
yeah,
for me, as soon as I hit like 45 around there, like got into my 40s, 45, my body started changing and you know, that's when I started to realize how food was really affecting me, you know, what I was eating and
yeah, and look at the propaganda spiel on that. You're
mhm.
aging,
Yeah.
not it's this crappy food's catching up to you.
Mhm.
It's you're aging, and they blame it
Yeah.
on age, and I
Yeah.
hate that. And one of the biggest things to me that brought that for home, besides watching my dad heal up, was seeing a 90-year-old triathlete.
Mm.
Seeing a 70-year-old weightlifter, and
Yeah.
she looks great. I'm like seeing these people, and I'm going, and I got to talk to somebody one day about it, and I go, what's you know what's the secret? And he looked at me and
Mhm.
said, move it or lose it.
Yeah. Keep
That's
moving.
it. And of course, you are just like grandma used to say, you are what you eat.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, Jeff. Because I got something special for you. Audio is dropping out.
Well, sorry. Let me see. It
Uh-uh.
says whose audio? Both of ours? It says our connection's good.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
because
just. I mean, everything looks good on my end here.
yeah, I'm okay. Because I know earlier I couldn't hear you, but all right, everybody else is saying, oh, maybe it's um
Well, most people are
MST.
saying it's okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Well, we'll just
Ty.
keep. Oh, there's time.
So yeah. Anyway, that was It took a while for me to clue in that
Mm-hmm.
the biggest I yeah, okay, Jimbo. The biggest advocate I had for my own health was me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You
Um
kind of gotta
so
want it, right?
well, I one of the things is for me is I have to be pissed off about something before I'll make a change.
Okay.
And what pissed me off was going to this doctor um when my arthritis got really bad. It got to the point
Mm-hmm.
where I was having so much difficulty walking, it was hard to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to this doctor who allegedly was a arthritis specialist. And we went through the regular, okay, so you've been taking ibuprofen, let's try cortisone. That didn't work. A few other things until he put me on high doses of prednisone.
Okay.
And that didn't work, but I sure ballooned up in weight. I went
Mm-hmm.
from 140 to 215 in about 6 months.
Wow. Yeah.
And his idea was, well, we'll just put you on some more, right? And I'm like, he's a healthcare guy. This is my doctor. I got to trust him, right? And I kept
Yeah.
going, kept going, um, until I started to get sick and my hair started to fall out and my teeth were becoming brittle and started to break.
Mm.
Uh, and so I went back and I'm like, okay, none of this was going on until I started taking the prednisone.
Right. Right.
And but the one horrifying thing was my lower legs. The skin was turning black.
Ooh. Okay.
And I he looked at me and he poked around my legs and stuff like that. And he said, if this keeps up, you may have to consider amputation.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that's what did it.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I said, wait a minute. I came to you to get better, not
Yeah.
get
Right.
worse. What about amputation? Well, you got pain, don't you? And I looked at him. I go, seriously? Is that all this is about? He goes, well, didn't we do something for the pain? And I said, no. And he was like, well, maybe we could try. I said, stop right there. I looked at him. I said, fuck you. Gave him a double flip off, and I walked out the door. And that was the day I realized, the old adage of if you want it done right, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, we were talking a little bit there about how um
Yes,
doctors
we
in the
are. Yes, we are talking shit. Imagine how timely you showed up.
We were talking about how in the West, like in North America, doctors aren't really compared to like Europe, they're not really forced to focus on diet, like be a dietitian. They'll send you to a dietitian or you can go see a dietitian, but they themselves don't really touch on that when you go see a doctor. Whereas like, I've in Europe, people, the doctors there have a much are expected to have a much higher sort of knowledge of diet and health and medication and stuff like that. So it becomes a part of whatever um, therapy or treatments and whatnot that they're going to put you on. And yeah, I think that's a big problem. I think that's, our doctors should be
Oh, they
looking at
could
our
do.
diets straight out of the gate, right?
They could do more than suck my toes. And as angry as I was at the time, I still didn't get it.
Yeah.
I
Well, it
didn't.
takes
I mean,
education, right?
right. So, a few months prior, I had an older cat. He was 18 and a half.
Mm.
And he was getting sick and clumps of his hair were falling out and stuff like that. So I started looking online and found out about species appropriate diet for cats is not going to come out of a bag. So I really bit the bullet on this one and became I started feeding him raw food that I made myself. And within a month, his hair was growing back and he was acting like a kitten again.
Mm.
I was stunned. And it
Yeah.
was that finally I put two and two together. And I was like, okay, well, if that's species appropriate for him, what's species appropriate for me? Now
Right.
I was still on the going the wrong direction with it, but at least by doing that research, it got me in the right one. And that was the food additives, highly processed foods,
Yeah.
and my nemesis, high fructose corn syrup, because
Yeah,
I
that's
am.
one of the worst things. Like if you look at if you read the data on like fructose, sucrose, it's a problem. It's a major problem.
Yep, and I was as addicted to those kinds of sugars as
Yeah.
somebody who, because they are chemicals,
Yep.
as somebody who's chemically dependent, alcoholic, and I
Yep.
still struggle with it. And there is no hospital, there is no treatment facility I can go into to get unhooked from sugar.
No.
And what makes it harder is with as I'm on a fixed income. So
Yeah.
I can't just go out and buy the healthiest stuff and things like
Yeah.
I have to be insanely selective about what I get.
That's a huge problem, right? Like the
Yes.
economy of it all, like people and money, what like the money that you have for food and it's a
Yeah,
major
and
issue.
yep, I mean my husband, he is medically retired. And so I am now, well, now I have been since he medically retired, cooking for two of us.
Mhm.
And he is still, he struggles. He likes his Coke, his cola,
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So now I'm lucky. Um, I found a crutch. I do use a crutch. Um, it doesn't kill all the nutrients. It does kill some, though. It definitely does.
Yeah.
Um, I found this soda that's made with stevia. There's
Yep.
no sugar, well, the stevia.
Yep.
Um,
Additive, yeah.
and it does not have the glycemic load that
Mhm.
other sugars do.
Mhm.
So since I started drinking the soda, I have not had sugar cravings.
Yeah, I've heard that that helps as well. Like I used to work
Um,
in the health food industry and stevia was a big thing. Like everybody was switching to that. I mean, you can find it in the stores now, like canned stevia drinks and stuff like
right.
that, you know.
I am drinking a stevia soda. It's spelled almost the same way, so you guys can probably figure that one out on your own without me, you know, boosting products here. But it's available at our Albertsons and Safeways and stuff, so it makes it easy to get. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
problem. For fast processed food is cheaper in the long run, and so that's why that this happens. You can
I
go and
I cannot use Truvia because Truvia is not pure stevia. It also has an artificial sweetener in it, which I can't have.
right.
Yeah, that I also I get all our major uh Amazon. Yeah. I was able to get something called that's organic pure stevia.
Yeah.
And it actually tastes good. It doesn't have that stevia aftertaste that a lot of the like cheap and poorly processed ones.
Yeah, totally.
Yes,
That
that
that's one of the things that turned me off.
yep, that's what I drink. You got it, Angel Gamer.
Oh yeah, yeah, we have that around here.
I buy them cases at a time. Now I'm not a cola person, but I am a root beer person. So thankfully, they have two different kinds of root beer.
Hmm.
They have regular root beer and by the kinds I mean flavors and
Mhm.
ginger root beer.
Oh yeah.
Um, so and it's insanely expensive. However, since I started drinking it, and because I'm not having the cravings I used to, I'm not buying the pastries and the other things.
Yeah, well
Uh,
there you go. Trade off,
going
I guess.
Yeah, going out for that nice sugary frappuccino. Yeah, I like the ginger root beer. Um, all the things I used to do. So I've traded expenses, but
Mhm.
this one's keeping me alive.
Yeah.
My of course, my main health concern right now is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Um, and hopefully, I do believe that I stopped things before it hit cirrhosis.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Because my pain is gone now. The right side of my gut was swollen up. where
Ooh,
the left
okay.
side was not. That's gone now. I know I'm not out of the woods yet. It took me a long time to get to this place.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna take me a long time to get out. And of course, it was the holidays.
Mhm.
Uh so some fudge actually accidentally made its way into my mouth. Um but I think I did pretty good. Now over the holidays, weight gain. Fess up, everybody.
Uh,
How much did you gain?
I don't know. I didn't look, but I gained.
Hey, honey, you could put in chat if you want. Yes,
They did.
the liver can regenerate within reason. You have to have at
Yeah,
least 10% of your liver working normally
properly.
for
Yeah,
that to be true. It does not completely regenerate, but it will regenerate enough for you to keep living.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
But you can't.
holidays are bad. The holiday, like, I did so good all through the summer. About a year ago, I did my physical with the doctor, and my cholesterol was high. But he was like, I'm not going to prescribe anything for you. Just let's try and augment your diet a
Oh,
little
now
bit.
you're logging in.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. My husband, when he logs in, it comes up on my phone, so it
Oh, I see.
messes
Yeah.
messes my screen up.
Anyways, long story short, I had to fix my cholesterol without pills, and I did. I just changed my diet. Started to do a little bit more exercise. Basically, all summer long, we were eating chicken and salads. And anyways, I went, got my blood work done, and yeah, my cholesterol had come down, and it's all good. And I just kind of got to keep doing that. But the holidays come along, and I mean, all the cured meats and the cheese and the
These
candy
wonderful baked
chocolate.
goods.
Yeah, and you kind of got to do it because how can you not, right? So,
And one of my favorites, eggnog. I did not drink
oh,
any this year.
I didn't have any either, and neither did my wife. We just didn't get any this year.
It's the first year. But I did find some recipes that I could make some. And
Oh
but I
yeah.
didn't. I'm a big fan of living too, and I did hear that remaining alive is helpful. Oh man, okay, talking shit. I officially hate you now because tamales are like my favorite thing ever. Chicken tamales.
Oh.
Pollo is my favorite.
Yeah, I like
You know
cheese
what?
too.
I thought, and I do love cheese. I had my fair share of Havarti and smoked cheddar for the holiday. Um, I found out I could give it up.
Hmm.
Uh, I just make sure that I either eat things where it's not an essential ingredient, or I don't make the ones like, lasagna.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also one of my favorites. So if I stay away from making those kinds of things, like now instead of cheeseburgers, I make bean burgers, lentil burgers, stuff like that. Well, I haven't made them in a long time, but that I'll eat a veggie burger. Um
Mm.
eh, that way I can stay because I know I could. Oh, I love smoked Gouda, but not on pears. Cinnamon and brown sugar on my pears, please.
There you go.
uh yeah, so I stay away from that. Yes, I know quesadillas. I cannot eat those now. Somebody speaking my language when it comes to food, because those are things I grew up at, and I'm not talking the ones that taco smell either.
Yeah, well, I mean, most like Mexican or Tex-Mex foods, it's like it all has cheese on it. And it's
Well,
delicious.
there's a portion of my family that's Mexican, so I was lucky because I got to grow up on, the on Christmas Eve, the tamale line. They had a 10-foot long table, and we'd be
Oh
on
yeah.
both sides, and everybody had their station, and we were making tamales to to steam for the next day and stuff like that. And so good. Bringing me back to my childhood, where thankfully not a lot of these eating problems happened. It was afterwards. Never acquired the taste of menudo for menudo.
Yeah.
No, I did not. But as I aged, because of the crappy way I ate, a lot of things that I used to be able to eat, I cannot eat them now. Like I used to be able to eat all sorts of different kinds of chilies, especially jalapenos. I cannot,
Yeah.
unless they're a weak ass jalapeno.
Hmm.
My taste buds are so sensitive now that if I eat something mild, it can be overpowering, and I can't eat it because it's just so hot to me. Hey, Joey.
Yeah. It's one of those
Um,
things I find, like with peppers and stuff, that you can build a tolerance over time if you eat them a lot, but if you don't, then even light peppers hurt.
oh yeah, chorizo. Love it. If somebody's been around the block on the on the good
Oh,
stuff,
chorizo.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, I grew up with a lot of Mexican food that was from south of the border, not from up here.
Yeah, yeah. The real stuff.
Yeah, I made my own tortillas. I'm older now. Let me use that excuse after we were just talking about it. I have a tortilla press. Because I still like to make my own tortillas. Because
Yeah.
I want to make them. My whole goal now, as far as getting healthier,
Yep.
is by bulking up on nutrients, and that means no more lard in my tortillas.
Yeah.
Things like that. I do. Smoke provolone. Yeah. I do. Use oil, but only particular oils, and I'll get more into that in some of the other shows. We are definitely going to be putting out videos
Hmm.
for a lot of this stuff. And I provided Spider Dog with a whole bunch of links that I can't put in here now. Okay, Claire. Take care too.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Yes, on the coils. Guess what? You could get them on Amazon and do that. Yep, I remember that when we were kids, man. We'd slap that bad boy right on the coils and flip it over with our hands. No tongues for
That's
us, man.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
abuela boy, she taught me how to do those tortillas, and it was good.
You should teach me. I want to make corn tortillas. I like them too.
Well, I made flour mostly because
Okay.
corn took a little more finesse to do, so you didn't break it apart. Because
Yeah, yeah.
you couldn't make the dough too damp, and you couldn't make it too dry either.
Right,
So
right,
because being a kid, she started me off easy with the flour tortillas.
right. There's a Mexican place here in town where they make the like fresh or whatever, and you can buy them like frozen. They make them and you can buy them frozen. And so that we usually go there when we want them. But I love corn tortillas a lot.
Yeah. They make such good enchiladas. Nowadays, my favorite enchiladas are black bean and sweet potato with
Oh
enchilada
yeah,
sauce.
yeah,
No
yeah.
cheese. No
Oh,
cheese.
that sucks, MST. Milk, I
Okay.
can understand.
Well, here's the thing about milk, and the food processing and the dairy industry doesn't like to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
As mammals, uh, we have there is a certain enzyme in milk, and this is true for all mammals, even people.
Yep.
And that enzyme, if you drink the colostrum from another species, it will make you
Mm-hmm.
sick because it doesn't have the proper nutrients that you need.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that dawned on me during my anger period, as I call it, is we're the only species on the planet, the only mammals who we will wean our young off of formula or breast milk or whatever, and then immediately put ourselves onto another species milk.
Yeah, it's weird when you
And it
really
was
think
like
about it.
common sense, right? Duh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a cow. That's what got me going on the cheese. As much as I love cheese, not a cow.
Yeah.
Wasn't raised on it. Hey, Wyatt.
What?
There are other countries, other ethnicities where that was an important part of their dietary needs, and
Yeah.
their
And
bodies can handle it.
yeah, and the
Uh,
thing you got to remember about that, even for us here in the West, is there was a time before when we didn't pasteurize milk. Like we were literally drinking milk straight from the cow, like it was coming from the cow to the table, right? And that's a
yeah.
completely different thing than the milk that we're drinking today, right? So,
Well,
I
not
mean,
only that, eggs.
yeah,
Eggs,
same thing.
eggs. When they, I'm just gonna put it out in my words. When a chicken shits out that egg, it's got a membrane on it.
Yes.
Okay, that membrane is a protective coating over that egg. They
Yeah.
weren't refrigerating eggs way back in the day. Now we
Well, if
have
you
to.
I know, but that's another thing in Europe. Like there's places in Europe where they don't wash the eggs. Like the companies that are selling the eggs aren't being washed to remove that membrane. So
Yeah.
people in Europe can buy eggs and leave them on their counter. They don't have to put them in the
Yes.
refrigerator right away. Whereas
Or
here
or
they
or put them in a glass jar.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Whereas here they have to be refrigerated because they've been washed. And so that
Right.
just happens,
So
you know.
so what I learned about people that are lactose intolerant, which I am not, is lactose intolerant people still carry the genes that protect them from other species milk.
Yeah,
So
right.
so in essence, lactose intolerant people,
There you go. Yeah.
just the label makes it sound negative. They are actually normal. It's
Mhm.
me that's not normal anymore.
Yeah.
And with
Yep, there we go.
an overabundance of uh animal protein, with it used to not be a problem because we were so much more active.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who cannot see this correlation
Mhm.
is missing a huge problem here. We eat way too much animal protein for the activity level that we have.
Yeah, we're
We
living sedentary lifestyles.
Yeah,
Sedentary?
a
Is
lot
that the right
white
word? Yeah.
collar jobs. We don't work
Yeah.
in the uh well, yeah, exactly. Sugar of different, and like cats who also cannot drink milk, we can't process the sugars. Well, my husband is lactose intolerant, so I say, so when he says that he is, I say, you mean you're normal, because he didn't morph into something else. Um, but it's like, wow, okay, I'm not a cow. And also too, uh, when you have too much animal protein, it can cause the leaching of calcium. Exactly. They do not need it. Cats are obligate carnivores. They get their moisture from their food.
Mhm.
Hint, why I had to take my cat off of giving him kibble. Um, yeah, exact. Oh man, George Carlin. Oh, so missed by me. I am like, yeah. George Carlin knew back in the 60s and 70s what was going on.
Oh, yeah, totally. He was ahead of
And
his time for sure.
everybody laughed because it was funny and stuff like that, but his words now have stood the test of time.
For sure.
So yeah, that was a big huge thing. So I stopped doing dairy, drinking milk, stuff like. And when I told my dad about it, he almost died because he loved having this glass of milk in the morning. I go, Dad, nah, you gotta,
yeah.
because milk is a hugely concentrated form of animal protein. And
Well, great, Angel. Thanks for letting us know.
I could. No, actually, no, Angel Gamer, you won't be able to feed people for long because the zombies will eat your brain, and then you won't have that tumor anymore.
Huh? That's the upside, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Angel Gamer has it. Angel Gamer is a superpower. So, anyway, I thought that one of my first things in becoming an inspiration maybe for people, kind of, sort of, is I'm gonna weigh myself. You're gonna see it.
We're gonna
You're
watch
gonna
it.
see. We're gonna watch it live. Hold on, let me get in position here, honey. You ready? I think I lost him. Oh, there he is. All right, hold on. Let me.
The camera for the scale isn't.
No, that's because it's on his login thing. You want to fix that, honey? It's on your login, or that you logged in. Oh, wonderful! I put my chair in this thing.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Is it showing proper? Okay. I'm going to step on this thing. Hopefully I step on it right because I can't see. Is my foot in the right spot, hun?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me when it finished lighting up.
It is 289.8.
What?
Yeah.
289.8.
It took too long. You didn't have both feet on there.
Oh, I didn't? Okay. So let it reset?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now do it. Get both feet up on there quickly.
Well, honey, I'm trying, but...
There you go.
Okay.
301.6.
301. Oh! So
You
you guys see it? 301.6? All right, go ahead and take that away. I gained 2 pounds of holiday weight.
Oh, you.
Hey! Oh, no. 2 pounds. Okay, go ahead and kill that camera. And I'll do this other part in a little bit. Because I need to sit down. All right. All right, thank you, hon. So there it is. I gained 2 pounds of holiday weight. Not bad.
Not bad, but you lost 60 in the last 6 months, you said, right?
Yes. So my highest weight was 358 pounds. And to tell you how bad this is, I am 5 foot tall.
Well.
One of this will be interesting. One of my inspirations, and this was due to his myriad of health problems, is Butterbean. I don't know if anybody knows who Butterbean is, but he was a boxer.
The fighter, yep.
Yeah, he was a big boy. He was pushing 500 pounds back in the day.
Yep.
But over the years, that took a toll on him, and his weight and the way he ate and just his health in general was destroying his body. And he hooked up with if y'all are familiar with wrestling, I know Joey will probably pop in here. He hooked up Diamond Dallas Page and invited him to come go to Georgia. He's got a house there that he helps other wrestlers recover.
Okay.
From their have I thought about the sleeve? Are you talking about the gastric bypass band or something like that? Yeah, DDP yoga. And what an amazing comeback for Butterbean. I'm just so inspired by him. And the other guy, Ozzy and Metallica. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get to it after I bring up this next one. The other inspiration, which came out of nowhere recently, is Jelly Roll.
Oh yeah, right.
Holy cow, the life
Yeah.
that young man has had.
Mm-hmm.
And
Total transformation too.
Ethan Suplee. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up.
I don't know who that is either.
Jelly Roll now weighs less than I do. He's 6'1".
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a foot and an inch taller than me and weighs less than I do. Well, actually, they talked about the GLP part. He did not do it. Yeah, Jonah Hill, that's another one. That boy's been up and down a lot. So I'm watching these people, and the reason why, let me tell you, there is no magic bullet.
Yeah.
As far
For sure,
as,
right?
yeah, there's no magic bullet. No one person is wow, he definitely looks good there. I don't know who he is. I've seen that face before, Angel Gamer. I have. He just did a thing on Men's Health that talked about, they were thinking, that's why I've seen this face before. It looked familiar. Yeah, I know who Jonah Hill is. I loved him in Moneyball. As far as Jelly Roll, they definitely, he was the perfect candidate for the weight loss drug.
Oh,
I don't want to bring up its name. I am
okay.
a staunch advocate against artificial means.
Okay, I know who this is. Yeah, American X. He's in lots of different things. For
Yeah,
sure.
I recognize his face now. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, now that I see his face, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jelly Roll was allegedly, according to him and his wife, the perfect candidate for a GLP-1 medication, and he chose not to do it. That's according to the documentaries and his doctor and stuff. So don't take my word for it. I'm just, it was on the internet. So, but the thing is, what I'm finding about medications like that, for a lot of the people, they don't realize that once you start a medication like that, if you want to continue to enjoy the weight loss that you got from it, you have to stay on it for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is definitely
Oh yeah.
his
Another one.
like me, a horrible medical situation caused him to lose that weight. For him, it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
For me, it was a situation with my liver where it just didn't want to function anymore. That's right, Misty. If it's on the internet, it must be true. It has to be. So when it comes to artificial means, I am definitely not an advocate for it. Because it's again, the whole thing of, I don't want to have an umbilical cord to a prescription pad.
Yeah.
That's not freedom to me. That and I'm not going to call it giving up or anything like that, because they, for whatever reason, these people chose what they're going to do. So I'm not going to smack on them for their decisions. It's up to them. It's their body.
Yeah. Well, for
But
sure. Right?
for myself, I will never advocate for means like that, because just like I was glad I was not put on Ritalin when I was young, it gave me the opportunity to try and learn to cope.
Yeah,
And
I get that.
forced me to pay attention to myself, see how my body reacted. What is it? What am I putting in my mouth? What are my feelings? I found out I was not an emotional eater, and some of these other things, it was a symptom of something greater, which
Yeah.
was my being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So once I got off of the diet roller coaster and stopped focusing on diet and focused on my mental health,
Yeah.
things started to come into place.
Yeah, that's a big thing, right? Like I spent my life self-medicating before, I didn't become an alcoholic until I was 35 years old, but I was, smoking weed and, experimenting with lots of other things before that. But
Mugger.
I
He's an emotional
I just
wiener.
35 when I turned 35, there were some things that happened in my life, and that's when I just started drinking, and it just, it became what it became. And but I realized, once I got sober and the whole thing, it was my mental health that I'd been neglecting my whole life, and I needed to deal with that. And that's what I did, and I'm still doing. It's always an ongoing process, but because I did that, I'm doing good. I don't have the desire to drink. I don't do anything anymore. I'm boring. I do this.
Well, I wouldn't say you're boring.
Well, you know what I mean. Just from that standpoint of like, I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. The only drugs I take are the meds that I'm on, and yeah, life is good. I'm happy. But my point was just that mental health tends to be the main factor in a lot of these things, I think, when it comes to addiction of any kind, right?
Well, it's just, and it's in the vast, broad scheme of things, it's very little different than the ills of our society. People want to either A, blanket accuse something, or solely focus on something and not want to take care of the actual problem.
Right. Well,
and this is the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially with mental health, it's a hard thing, especially in our society here, where we still don't have a good grasp on the systems to help people with their mental health, right? And it's probably one of the hardest things to deal with, because we don't really quite know how. We're not taught how to deal with our mental health and how to watch it and how to pay attention to it,
Mental health treatment is very much cut to fit, paint to match. So
Yeah.
the reason that we don't have a broad scale approach that is accessible to people is because it's not profitable.
Yeah.
Let's see. Christian Bale mocks weight. I haven't seen him do that, but it wouldn't surprise me. And I just immediately think of the mechanic when he lost all that weight. Yeah, I have a psychiatrist. Thankfully, she is an indigenous psychologist, so we tackle things a lot differently, and I'm so much happier now.
Yeah, for sure. Therapy helped me a whole ton.
Big time.
Yeah,
and I'm not ashamed of it anymore, because
no, for sure.
I attempted to go to a doctor to learn about my health. Of course, that was a big fail. I did, however, find another doctor that she was awesome, But she also
Mhm.
wasn't from this country. She was from a little village in Guyana. So what were they doing? Indigenous medicine. So for her, I was a breath of fresh air because I didn't want, hey, give me a pill and I'll be on my way. I wasn't like that. And that's also bringing up the band and other surgeries to, like shrink your stomach to the size of an almond or whatever. No, I can't do it because for me, I want to find the solution. Why am I doing this? What is it going to take for me to change this behavior? Most of it is creating new habits. Except for I'm sorry, Ty, but it was described to me by a gal that had the surgery that her stomach was the size of an almond.
I've heard that.
Oh gosh, I have so much to say about that, and I don't want to.
Yeah, another time.
I will say this just to appease. Maduro's not a nice man.
No.
Not gonna ever claim that he is.
No.
But the fact that you know why we kidnapped him.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna run the country for a while. Libby, I'm gonna tell you, okay, socialism is not our enemy. It's the people who use it.
Yeah.
And abuse it for their own personal gain. Those are the enemy, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sweep that aside.
But we know this is about money, right? Like,
yeah, this is about money. Yeah. Okay, talking shit, whoever you are, thank you for coming. You're awesome. This is about money. It's about greed. And that's as far as I really want to go with it right now.
Yeah, totally. Let's not get totally into that.
Yeah, because there isn't just oil in Venezuela, okay? That Venezuela has better oil than we have here. And here's the other scary thing. Guess who is also got cleaner oil than we have here in the U.S.?
Yeah, you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, our neighbor to the north, Canada. Are we now I don't know, when Trudeau was PM, maybe we should have kidnapped him.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot I could say about this, but let's not.
So I have no absolutely let's just drop that from
Bhutan, not good for diet.
Believe it depends on how you make it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I have a great love of Canada. I'm not one of those to while people mock Canada, I thought they were great. I loved going to Canada.
And I love Americans too, whether we have disagreements about government or whatever, we're all on the same continent. We're all people, there's lots of great people everywhere, right?
Yeah, and Canadians are Americans too. And that's not lost on me either. The people of Peru are Americans. The people of Venezuela are Americans.
Yeah, if we want to get technical.
Yeah, Mexicans are Americans. So, yeah. You got a horny Tim's? Yeah, you know what, though, Ty? It used to be so much better until America got its mitts on it down here, and then they ruined it. And it spread.
Remember that the other day I was telling you about that powwow I went to when I was younger?
Yes.
When we were there was a guy, he had a tent, because there was a bunch of different like sort of people selling things like, like crafts and stuff. But the one guy had his own coffee tent set up, and he was selling Tim Hortons coffee, but he couldn't call it Tim Hortons, obviously, because he's just an independent dude. So he called it Jim Hortons.
Jim Hortons.
Yeah, Jim Hortons coffee.
All right, Mr. Rican. I was a fine connoisseur. Where I lived in Massachusetts there was a big community of people from Puerto Rico. And oh man, the chicken and yellow rice with the pigeon peas.
The first time I went to
Dying.
Puerto Rico, I went on a cruise once, and we had to leave from Puerto Rico. So it was my first time going to Puerto Rico, and we got to spend like a day there before we had to head out. And yeah, the food blew me away. Mofongo was my first time having mofongo, and the food was unbelievable.
Island food is amazing.
It's great.
And I also learned because the part of my family is Mexican. And I learned that there were certain words that in Mexico may have been okay, but could be problematic on the islands, Dominican, and yes.
Right.
And so I was educated. We used to watch the telenovelas at night. I was in a homeless shelter. That's where I met. Yeah. That's where I met them all. The kidnapped the president of Puerto Rico. Yeah. Okay. And it was really cool. Loved it. And it was interesting too because now I no longer can speak Spanish like I used to. When I was a kid, I was pretty good at it. And of course, being a kid, I knew the street slang.
Right.
Not the stuff that my family wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So, then going there and being reminded of some of it was pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to get back to this because I have something else. And if Jeff is around, he may want to be ready for this. But wait, blasphemy. What did I blasphemy? Uh-oh. He's going to get me. If Jeff is around, he may. I can't believe I'm going to do this. Anyway, but that's why I don't. I personally will not promote artificial means of losing weight.
Yeah.
I don't, unless you have a health issue where surgery is definitely a requirement. Okay. I didn't retain it very well. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's another one of those use it or lose it type things, right? Like I was born in Quebec. I mean, I went to an English school, and I was never really great at French, but I kind of knew a little bit more of it than I do now, or that I remember now. So if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, like I can read it, but also too, with not having teeth, it's harder for me to pronounce it properly.
Oh, really?
I cannot roll my R's anymore like I used to be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
It's slightly easier to say the words in diction like from Spain than Mexico now.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird because I found it harder when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I also didn't have very many people from Spain that I spoke with either.
Right.
So, but just like faking in using Google, it doesn't always translate well. These artificial means to lose weight, I personally find too risky.
Yeah.
I really do, especially with this. Once you have a firm grasp on proper nutrition, and I'm not talking about proper nutrition like what I do. I'm talking about proper nutrition that your body needs.
Yeah, right. Everybody's a little different depending on our backgrounds,
right?
And stuff like that.
Like I am a huge proponent and supporter of whole food plant-based.
Mhm.
But there are some people who cannot eat beans
Right. Right.
or lentils.
Mhm.
Their stomach just can't deal with that.
Yeah.
There are some people who cannot their intestines just cannot process such a high amount of plant matter, that
Yep.
type of insoluble fiber. So I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, when I'm eating properly, yeah, I'm vegan, but I am definitely not militant about it. You do you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Find out what works for you. Find out what your body does
and
like
that's
and what it doesn't
yep.
like. And
There was no commercial diet on this planet that I was going to follow.
mhm.
It was but I was also not mentally there either.
Mhm.
And once I grasped onto what was working for me, it happened fast. I can
Yeah.
lose weight fast and not threaten my health because the food that I eat when I'm doing it right, which I am going to get back on because obviously I wasn't if I gained 2 pounds over the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that I'm not going to deny that either. I Because it's so nutritionally dense,
Yeah.
I'm giving my body everything that it needs. And well, moderation, there's another one because somebody like me, moderation is a fallacy. And I'll give you this example. I had a very dear uncle who was hugely overweight. And his idea, he loved Pepsi. He loved the
Mhm.
cola, and
Mhm.
he would drink 4 2-liter bottles a day.
Yeah. That's bad.
You know what his doctor told him to do? And here again, this is why I don't like doctors very well when it comes to nutrition, because most
Mhm.
doctors, if they get any nutritional training at all while they're in med school, it's
Mhm.
about 20 20 hours in 4 years of med school.
Yeah.
And this is the person I'm trusting with my health. So the doctor told my uncle he needed to do it in moderation.
Hmm.
Moderation was cutting down to 2 liter
Too. Yeah.
soda a
And that's
day.
still not good at all.
Yeah, so that's where, for a lot of people, especially as a addict to sugar, such as myself, no such thing.
Yeah.
This is no different than being an alcoholic, only it's sugar. So it's more
Yeah.
socially acceptable, and you probably are not going to kill a busload of nuns after drinking a couple of 2 liters and getting in your car.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like the difference between 4 2-liter bottles of, Pepsi down to 2. The amount of sucrose, whatever, fructose that you're still
High fructose
consuming.
corn syrup.
Yeah, it's not gonna change anything, you're not really fixing anything at all. You're just drinking less Pepsi.
Yeah, and I knew that. I am so glad that this soda now that I'm drinking exists.
Yeah.
It's still a crutch because I'm addicted to the flavor and the taste.
Mhm, mhm.
But it's a crutch. It's, I guess, my version of moderation. Um, there's really nothing not healthy about it. Except for the carbonation. I have to drink more liquid because carbonation is actually dehydrating. Yeah, Mountain Dew Code Red was my drug of choice, Mr. Rican. You could put an IV of Code Red to me and I would be so happy. Hi, Matt G. So, Spider Dog, I got something to show you guys that are here live with me. I'm gonna do something special. Hopefully I don't mess this up.
You coming up?
Hold on a second. Let me
Okay, I'm up.
I have to
Hey,
move my
everybody.
chair because I'm not ready yet. I will be shortly. If I break it, I'll come back because I don't know how to do things.
You won't break it. You just gotta press.
Well, remember, I made myself mute before. All right,
Oh, yeah.
where's my... Hold on a second. Oh, I had the wrong trackball. All right. I
What
know
are
you
doing
guys hear
back there?
something funny. Hold on. Let's go to here. And
Oh, yeah, she broke it. She'll be back. She'll be back. I think she's gonna do a big reveal. I think that's what's up. She'll be back. This is what happened before. We were testing it. Mm-mm. Going on here, everybody? Oh, thank you. There's Zennies. Made in China. They're cheap. But I can get more pairs if I buy Zennies. Yeah, she'll be back. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Are we ready? Here we go.
ta-da! Me and all my fat assery right here. This is... Now you can see the real thing. All right. Look at that. Big fat ass right there.
Nice shirt,
There
though.
I am. Yes, yes. That's why I wanted Jeff to see it. And then,
I
of
don't know
course,
if he's
the,
around. He's probably
big ol'...
listening.
Maybe.
If you're listening, Jeff, you gotta check it out.
There I am. So, and this is 58 pounds less than I used to weigh.
Yeah.
And for those of you who've heard the story, of course, here's my weapons that I hurt my husband with one day when I dropped one on his head, on his face. So yeah, this is why. This is me. And I hope that by doing this, I'll be doing regular weigh-ins, sort of, kind of. I'm going to show myself on camera. You can see my lovely trailer. I'm going to show myself on camera, and I hope it's motivation for people.
Yeah.
That don't be afraid. Just figure you out.
Yeah.
And go with it.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to get off camera.
She does got this.
Hey, wait a minute. That's the old one. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
And take this bag off my head. I don't know if people my age would remember the Unknown comic. So I was the unknown fat ass. There you go. And there it is. Me and all my ginormous fat assery. And I can't see.
You're working on it, and that's the good thing, right? You're aware, and you know why you're doing it, and this is a good thing because it gives you a little bit of an accountability thing. Like, now you've said it, now you've shown it, so you're gonna continue to work on it, and we're all gonna root for you, and we'll do another one of these after however many episodes, and we'll update.
My husband begged me. Let's see. And now I got to read back here. I'm gonna catch up. There we go.
Nope.
Just hit the gay eye to take over. All right, I'm caught up. Oh, hey, my husband actually commented.
Yeah, I said nope.
There he is. Man, a few words. So, for those of you who don't know the story, we were, oh, let me move my mic here. We were laying in bed together, and he always makes this comment that he wishes his hands were bigger. And I wish my chest was smaller. So he, they guys like they talk about motorboating and getting slapped with titties. So I picked up my tit and dropped it on his face, and the look of horror on his face because I heard him. Misty,
Unexpected.
you traditionally lose weight from the top down. That's why for a lot of people when they lose weight, you see it in their face first. I'm hopeful. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose some, but because they're so heavy and gravity took over, I'm gonna end up with pancakes hanging off my chest. So I'm not as so I'll be able to get a smaller bra. I just roll them up and stick them in the cup, right? I know I'm gonna have a lot of loose skin. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what my husband looked like exactly. He knocked the fuck out. I know I'm gonna have a lot of loose skin, so I will definitely be getting a tummy tuck and taking care of that because I miss being active. One of the things that we want to do is to eventually get out of this terrible desert and live in a place where we're growing our own food. That's another part of owning my health.
Yeah.
Not allowing some corporation to tell me what's good for me. I know what's good for me now, and I'm going to feed me that, and I'm going to grow it too. And the thing is, what's nice about it is it doesn't matter where you are. You can have a much bigger hand in taking control of your own health than you think. Over the years, I've seen people living in apartments that don't even have a deck. But yeah, I don't. Yes, thank you, Misty. So somebody built. I saw a video where they built a window box where they had herbs and stuff. And they also did pots where they grew the plants upside down. So they had this whole great big tomato plant upside down growing indoors in their apartment. They had it where they could turn the pot so that they could get sun on the tomatoes every day. And it's cherry tomatoes, but it was bunches of cherry tomatoes. It was their way of, okay, I can do this. I'm taking control.
Yeah.
Big pharma, dairy, the meat industry, they're not going to tell me what is healthy for me because I know now.
Yeah.
Based on personal experience. So my pre-diabetes is gone now.
That's good.
Yeah. I still have a long way to go with other things. There was also, hold on a second, I gotta look this because I keep forgetting this word. I had a breathing problem that is solely completely related to obesity.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't remember what it is that I was diagnosed with, and it's very deadly. And I beat it too. Let's see. It's called obesity hypoventilation syndrome. And basically what it is, or a facet of it, which happened to be the predominant facet for me, was I was not expelling enough carbon dioxide.
Oh, okay.
And so I was literally suffocating myself.
Right. Wow.
And
Okay.
usually people who are diagnosed with it, if you don't do anything about it, you're dead within 18 months.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I pushed it to 2 years. And I was still in Southern California living with my husband. And I had to leave. So I came back to Arizona, and he had to stay in California because he was still working.
Yeah.
And we were apart for 11 months. But I got my breath back.
Hmm.
The constant mucus that would clog me up at night when I would sleep is gone now. I still have
Oh.
occasions because I do have dust allergies. And where am I at? I'm in the desert.
Yeah.
So, I'm still dealing with dust allergies, but I'm not dealing with crippling, builds up in your system. You slowly suffocate yourself to death.
Yeah.
And the
That's horrible.
only cure for it is to lose weight.
Yeah. Well, makes sense. If that's what's causing it, then
Yeah. A lot of cancers can probably be prevented by, nutritional load.
oh, for sure. For sure.
The first line of defense for anything is what you put in your mouth
Yep.
and what you
I agree.
breathe.
For sure.
So
And that's the same thing. Like what are you putting in your body? What's your environment? What are you fueling
right.
yourself with? Air wise, food wise, water wise, all of it, right?
Yep. So for the most part, I take care of the breathing. I mean, I still need to live somewhere that's a little more humid than this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is much better than where I was, because I was living in a valley in California, and thankfully it was not the San Fernando Valley, but it could still be just as bad at times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was choking.
Yeah.
So
Horrible.
luckily that has been taken care of. I know I still do have some issue with it, because one of the first symptoms that crops up is edema in your legs,
Oh, okay.
because my blood pooling down in my legs, the carbon dioxide also pools with the blood.
Right. Right.
So my skin, I was Misty, I was a masshole for 6 years. I love New England. We just can't afford it. I was thinking about New Hampshire. My husband wants to be near water, very much so, and that's my biggest goal, is we are going to have water in our backyard somehow, and it's not going to be a pond. And it's also not going to be a river. We want a lake in our backyard of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But I love New England. About the only time I didn't, it's a love-hate relationship, and I brought it up before. Leaf peeping season is a love-hate relationship. You definitely want to live somewhere that you're safe from eyes everywhere, eyes and cars everywhere, and cameras, people going through your yard to take a picture of that tree. They just gotta.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could live, in my people, the Abenaki people, Penobscot people,
Yeah.
are New England Indian people. And so I would definitely love to go back there. But unfortunately, the American dream, aka the American illusion, is alive and well, and we can't afford New England. And
Yeah.
I really hate to say that, because um I happen to be a firm supporter of the Second Amendment, and there's a lot of hunting that goes on up in New England, and I love it. And oh my
Sure.
goodness, what is the safest states in the U.S.? They're in New England. Go figure. So,
Busy-
yeah.
People are busy shooting deer.
Well, there's the occasional bear too, and
Yeah, for sure.
all the moose went up north. So, yeah, it
Yeah.
is stupid expensive. You know, interestingly enough, when I left Massachusetts and moved back to the Pacific Northwest to take care of my dad before he died, I thought, you know, I had been away for 20 20 years.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh good, I'm going to get away from expensive New England and you know, it'll be cheaper. Oh my goodness, what a lie. What a lie. The gas was cheaper in Massachusetts. The only thing that was more expensive was car insurance. And at the time, right before I left Massachusetts, they no longer was it they had what do you call it, deregulated the car insurance.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
They just did that here.
Massachusetts was the last holdout for regulating insurance rates, and
Yeah.
it was horribly expensive. So that was the only thing that was cheaper. I couldn't believe it. So Misty, you can be happy to know that you're probably living cheaper than the Pacific Northwest. And New England gets awesome nor'easters. I love them. Sit there watching it. I was so lucky. I picked my dad up from Hartford right when it started snowing. We had a blizzard for 2 days. It snowed like 3 feet. I loved it. And he got to watch it, and I was just giddy. I mean, I think I probably turned like a 9-year-old or something. I was so excited. And my dad got to be there to see it because I love snow.
Yeah, you keep telling me.
Mhm.
I like it. It's fun, but I used to make it on ski hills, and the older I get, the less I enjoy the cold.
I'm a notorious inner tuber. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Love
everybody.
inner tube. When I was younger, I used to wax the bottom of my inner tube. And, you know, back when thrift stores were actually thrift stores, I bought a set of shoulder pads and a football helmet.
Hmm.
Because what we do, because we're, uh, yep. What we would do is we wait till the ski slopes were closed, and after they dressed the hills,
Yeah,
that were nice, and you
yeah,
know we were all, you know, bunch of idiots drinking, and we'd go up on the ski slopes and jump on our inner tubes because they were fast.
yeah. Totally.
And
It's a classic.
and yeah, oh, it was great. But I was cautious because you know you cannot control an inner tube. I didn't want to hit a tree.
Yeah.
So I put everybody laughed at me, but the one time I did hit a tree, oh man, I was bruised, I was hurting, but I was alive.
Fun times for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
people used to always try and get on the hills at night and sneak on, and you'd have to chase people off and stuff. We're all around there, like making snow, so it's hard. It was hard for people to actually do it, but yeah, they try.
Yeah. I you know, I miss that type of activity.
Hmm.
That's another thing that well, not a crutch, but maybe an excuse. I hate exercise. Don't like it. I know I'm not going to do it, but
Hmm.
I love being active. So if I'm doing things like I used to ride horses all the time, I've had a couple of horses. stuff like that. Yeah, sure, it's exercise, but in my mind, it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
I do like to walk. Well, it depends on where. If you're over in BC, yeah, they've had to make snow because that's tropical weather.
The other thing with that is like people are on the ski hills like every day, and so the snow is getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So you got to cut if you're not getting constant snow, you have to like make snow to sort of keep a level of snow on the upper parts of the hill because it's like it moves. So yeah, you have to make snow, lots of it.
Yeah. Saxon, yeah, it is.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. Now, that's one thing I never had a problem with. And that's even before my husband. I did not have a problem with that. And it was because of my attitude.
Mm-hmm.
At home, I would wallow in my own misery. But when I was out with people, back when I actually liked people, I was a social butterfly.
Yeah.
And I was the fun person. No, it is not false advertising. It just depends on where in the Great White North.
Yeah.
North of 60, no problem.
If you go to like southern Alberta, where Drumheller area, it's a desert all year round.
Yes.
It gets a little bit of snow sometimes, but it's like being in southern
Northern.
It's like being in Montana or like even like Nevada and places. Like it's literally that's where the dinosaur museum is, and it's like it's a desert. There's cactus there and stuff, and it's Alberta.
Yes, and then not very far away is Banff.
No, but that's the thing. Like, yeah, exactly. We have the Rocky
One of the
Mountains,
most-
which are all snow, and then you go to southern Alberta, and it's like a little desert, and then you head into Montana, and it changes again, and then you go even
Prairie.
further. Yeah, it's like it's crazy. We got everything.
Yes, and of course, BC and Victoria not being, being a part of the Pacific Northwest,
Yeah.
like general area, it gets downright tropical over there.
Oh yeah, when you go to the island or even
Rainforest and
yeah, it's rainforest for sure. It's crazy, crazy.
yeah, one of my favorite Canadians is from Vancouver Island.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys ever need, and this is how he advertises himself too. He's on YouTube. His name is Todd Maffin. He's a good Todd. And it's TOD, not TODD. The MAFFIN.
Yeah.
And he advertises himself as your emotional support Canadian. And he is funny, and I love him. So a little shout out for him. But yeah. So anyway, one of the reason why I'm sharing myself with you.
Ooh.
Dudley Do Right. He misled me. Yeah, he misled a lot of people. Is some people find a lot of inspiration in others, and I am no different.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, and I still struggle with it. It's still part of the mental part of me, with self-worth, because I grew up in a household that I was constantly told, nice. Hopefully he's not getting deported. I grew up in a household that while my brother was encouraged to do everything, and he was very successful, I was always told that I couldn't do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right at that cusp where I had the trad parents, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So my mom worked, but she did things that were traditional for women to do.
Yeah.
She worked at a bank. She was not a teller, but she worked in accounting.
Yeah.
She was a secretary and receptionist for some people in the recording industry.
Mhm.
So she still did, when she worked, it was not anything like what I did, like becoming an auto mechanic and truck driver.
Yeah.
So, my it was my parents had a hard time making that transition to they were supportive of me, but not supportive in the direction I wanted to go.
Yeah, it was the different time and the having to sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I
We
was
should do it. We should do a whole episode on this sort of thing, like
yeah,
just talking about the sort of like the mental health aspect of life, and
how
you know what I mean.
destructive.
Yeah,
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 because I was heavily influenced by Watergate, Vietnam, things like that. So
yeah,
that was right at the cusp of the women's lib movement when it started.
yeah,
Those
for sure.
those yeah. And my mom not so much, but my dad had a hard time with that transition.
Hmm.
So I was very much supported when it was something that traditionally a woman would do.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it was something like, was traditionally a guy would do, of course, to me, that was the fun stuff. That's what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
Oh, you can't do that. Even right down to something, oh,
I
I
do.
think I say it
Hey,
more than he does.
maybe.
Um, even right down to something that was rather innocuous. I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Mm,
Well, you can't do that. So that transitioned into my self-worth and losing weight. Well, I can't do that. I'm going to fail
yeah,
anyway. I might as well not.
right.
It's not. I still struggle with it, but not near as much as I used to.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
it's a thing that's harder when you're younger for sure, and then you go through life and you have different perspectives, and
you
yeah, you
go
come to
through
learn.
go through life and a whole lot of counseling, and things are much different.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I can put myself out there and be an inspiration for somebody else, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It is much easier for me mentally to do it because I want to help other people than to do it for myself.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's part of it. It's a workaround for
Yeah.
me to
Whatever
keep
you got to do.
to keep me motivated.
Yep.
Um and I also like I said, there are so many veterans out there who are affected by health issues
Yeah.
and poor health, and a lot of it is eating.
Yeah.
The VA does have a program. It's called Move. If you want to look that up on the VA website, if you want an accountability buddy, I'm open to that. But like I said, you do you as far as how you go about. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing, just make sure that yep, there it is. Just make sure that you understand I am not a doctor, I am not a nutritionist, I am not
Mhm.
giving health advice. I'm telling you what I did or
Yeah.
what I've found.
Personal
Um
experience.
yeah, cuz in this day and age with everything as litigious as things are, yeah. So I want to be here for people who may be struggling. And,
Right.
you're not alone. I've been struggling too.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody's got things to work on, and yeah, if you want to come here, watch us all struggle together.
well, also too, I want to show in real time,
Yeah. Yeah. What you can
that
do. What you can do.
exactly. So, it's one thing to see somebody and they've lost all this weight and everything, but it's another thing to watch somebody go through it.
Yeah, see the process, talk
Yeah.
about it, and we
This
can,
is real life.
share it.
So occasionally I'll pop back up on camera, show you where I'm at, win or lose, or hopefully losing a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I'll be jumping on the scale. I'm putting myself out there to I'm not hiding it.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I want to say thanks for doing it. Like, it's really cool. I think it is inspirational. I think for, anybody interested, it's a great thing. I'm glad you
well,
did it.
yeah, and I am insanely practical. There's no magic bullet, there's no magic pill, there's no magic surgery. I mean, for those people who it's helped, good on you. I am genuinely happy if it's worked out for them. I knew for
Yeah.
me it was not going to be a lifetime solution.
And if people want to share their experiences or whatnot,
Absolutely.
they can say it in chat. You can get a hold of us via emails. I'm sure your email is up there, and yeah, we can talk about it. And
Yeah, my email's on that thing where you click on to see the email
yeah,
on the description. And I guess that's it for now.
yeah, you want to call it here?
If anybody you know what? I hope I make sense, Linda, because that is my ultimate goal. There is a website YouTube channel I want to plug. Speaking of making sense,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Nutrition Made Simple. Did you get a screenshot of that one?
I think I can here. Just one second.
Dr. Gil Carvalho. He is my man. When it comes to, he is a doctor in nutritional research. So this is the kind of person I want to get my health information from. And he puts up very easy to understand YouTube videos, and he also brings the science for you science hippies out there. He brings the receipts.
Okay, one second. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it
Okay.
up here. I'm just getting it. The link.
Sometimes he'll show something and I'll go, that's not right or whatever. But then again, how can I argue with that? He lives in Portugal. He's Portuguese, but he went to med school and did his residency here. So it took me a long time to realize dude is not from the US because he speaks English so well. He sounds like he's from here. But he's a straight shooter. He also does videos on talking about other doctors. There he is, Dr. Gill. Scroll up to his thingy up there. There we go.
There we go.
Nutrition Made Simple. This guy, of course, he has access to all the cool studies and stuff that I don't have the money to pay for to read them. Okay, Mystery, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, later.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
So a lot of times I'm going to reference something from him. He is an actual doctor, but he is not giving medical advice either. He is educating people, and that's what I want to do. I want to educate people how to make smarter choices to protect yourself.
That's awesome.
Because I'm pretty sure your family would like you to be around longer.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'm in my 60s now, and I want to stay alive long enough to irritate the rest of you guys for a while. So
okay, well let's call it here. This was a good episode.
All right.
Thanks for doing what you did.
Don't know what I'm doing next week yet. If you have a show idea, if there's something you'd like to hear us talk about, send me an email, post it in. Oh yes, please. like, subscribe, comment. If you could comment on the videos after we close and publish the live. If you publish a comment that's 7 words or longer, the algorithm picks it up and it will suggest to other people. Because especially when it comes to the health topics, I want to reach as many people as I can and
Get
help.
in there and comment.
Yeah, help. I want to help free them from this toxic propaganda that we have been taught all of our
Yeah.
lives about how, sugar coated cereals are fine for you.
Yeah.
Other crap. So take care.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jeff is here, if he has a live coming up or not. Head on over to Hill Pirate Studios and check them out if you have not. And I don't have the link for his Discord either, but yeah. Have a great week, you guys.
We'll see you
See you
next
next
Sunday.
Sunday.
Later.
Take care.